Oh my God. Yeah, I met Prince Andrew. Yeah, Prince Andrew. Don't you know Prince Andrew? Isn't he?
I probably do, but I don't really care. I don't keep up with the royals.
So he is one of the sons of our late Queen
Elizabeth, yeah.
And because he's so far from the throne, he's kind of become, he can do whatever the fuck he wants, you know, compared to the rest. And so Queen Elizabeth loved him, like enjoyed it, like, you know, he was like favorite child.
Oh, okay.
So that
he's just spoiled.
The nepotism, the spoiledness or whatever is like his hubris is so big, right? And so his idea or his thing is that I'm the, you know, the cool prince. I'm the prince I'm the innovative prince. I'm the business prince.
Okay.
Entrepreneurial one. And so that's what he sold himself for a very long time as. And he started this whole program called Pitch at the Palace, where you would pitch your idea in the Commonwealth and, you know, get a bit of funding, just a lot of exposure through it. So I had graduated. I had a really big vision for my fashion startup. So my fashion startup was about eliminating waste, like post-consumer waste. And the concept was that I wanted to give people the ability to create communities around their clothes. So imagine...
Yeah. I think that's really big now, right? You have all the resells and like the fashion stuff. Yeah.
But just like more elevated and more controlled by the brands that the brands belong to. So imagine, you know, your Ralph Lauren or something, and you can now finally connect all of your Ralph Lauren customers together to then trade. And then you as Ralph Lauren can actually have the ability to know what people liked about your previous collections, and you have that knowledge base to either re-release or to, you know, elevated to a level where it can be resold in a different way. Like, you know, and I still think it's a very strong idea. I think it's really cool. It's a very cool thing to do. It's just too big of an idea for someone as little as I am to create.
No.
You know, so I had that as a big vision. My inability at the time was that I was still too young and naive, and, you know, like every time I tried to communicate my idea to people would be like, oh, that's nice, little girl. You know, why don't you change it? Why don't you change your idea to be more about like renting or reselling my own clothes I already own? I'm like, that's just a different concept altogether. Like I'm more thinking more broader and doing it from a grassroots level, from a ground up, from the manufacturing front, not from like a post-consumer.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was very difficult for me to pitch this without like people trying to weigh things on. So like my pitch started to really evolve and change and get complicated a little. So I actually started struggling with doing my elevator pitch.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
So and I was always told, like, always start with a problem first when you pitch your elevator idea. But I think you would relate to this, right? Because not everything has like a big grand problem that you always have to tell people. Like sometimes things are just inherently like, I know what the problem is.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, well, I struggled with my pitching. So I started off with like, okay, what's a fact that I really want to solve? The fact that I want to solve is that there's a lot of consumer waste. And I found that from my research that young women are getting sick of their clothes after 3 wears and will actually throw it out after 7.
Damn.
And I mean, that's not actually a crazy concept to consider, knowing that we've got now fast fashion, Shein.
True.
Like people wear something at a festival and then throw it out the next day. Like I think my fact is quite true, despite all, and it's even worse now. So that was my pitch. So like that fact is not that crazy. But admittedly, I don't know if that the source and the research of where I got that fact was good and true. But I saw the fact and I went, I'm going to latch onto this because it feels true to me.
Yeah.
Prince Andrew is in this room at my accelerator at my university space, and he's interviewing all of these different businesses. But again, at the time, there's not a lot of girls in startups.
Yeah.
And, you know, we also have this whole stench of, oh, good one, little girl. I love your fashion startup. Like not taken seriously and for any female ideas out there at the time.
Yeah.
And so he's walking around and one guy is just like, oh, I'm designing seat covers for the Hyperloop. I was like, that's cool, but also at the same time, like, when are you going to get like a return on that idea? Because like Prince Andrew was walking around the room being like, oh, wow. Ooh, Hyperloop.
Yeah.
And then and sustainability wasn't cool and trendy anymore at this point. Right.
No.
So, yeah, he starts walking towards me and like, I was really nervous because I was like, oh my God, it's the royalty. And I was freaking out about like, okay, how do I pitch this that would appeal to him?
Yeah.
Like, okay.
So this old dude.
Yeah. I'll pitch it in the way where I extrapolate it from the broader problem. Right. So he comes to me and he goes, okay, little girl, what's your business? And I go, okay. So, my business is to solve, fashion waste, and that, I'm working off the problem that basically young women are getting sick of their clothes after 7 and throwing it out after 3. And so what I do, and he's like, puts his hand up at me and he goes, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. And I was like, oh, what don't you believe? He goes, I don't believe that people are throwing out their clothes like that. It's like, I've been wearing all my clothes a million times and I don't throw out my clothes. Then he walks around the room and he's just like walking and he talks to every freaking dude in the room, right? And my fact was about young women. And he goes, how many times have you worn that shirt? And he goes like, oh, I wear this every single day. And it's just like, when do you throw out your shirts? It's like, oh, I don't throw them out at all. And then the next person is like, oh, I've been wearing mine for 20 years and I wear it even when there's a million holes. I don't throw out my clothes. And so he was just interviewing every single guy. And then I pop up, I'm like, well, actually, why don't we ask the women in this room, huh? And there was like no women in the room. And then he was just like, he looks around and I go, well, wouldn't you say that your daughters are like experiencing this problem? And that was the year, if you remember, like Prince William
Charles
got married, right? And his daughters like had these stupid ass hats. And then they were like dragged in the media for having such stupid hats. Their outfits were ripped to shreds in terms of like media being like, that's ugly. Right? You are not exempt from this problem. Like your family is not exempt from the problem. And so I said, like, when you say your daughters kind of go through this exact experience? And he looks at me and he goes, but we're not like common people.
Oh,
we're not like common people. I'm like, yeah, well, what I do is, and like, cause I was just like, whatever, man. Like, well, what I do, he like puts his hand up to my face and he goes, we're done. And he walks out. And then I was like, and then everyone in the room went, ha 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 ha. Everyone laughed, right? And I just remember being so humiliated. Like my friends around me just was like, what the hell? And I just like ran out of the room and went into the toilet and I cried my eyes out.
That was great.
Like, as soon as everything that came out in the media about Prince Andrew, I was like, yes, I knew it! It's a sign of history! This freaking guy, everyone was ass kissing this guy when he's an asshole, And so I was like, oh, I had Sean Fraud, I was like, this is amazing. Like this guy's POC. No, not POC, POS.
Yeah.
Piece of cheese.
Anyway, so and in retrospect, it's like good. I never, that was my interaction. Like I had very true to his character, like a assessment of this guy, and it's very funny now to this day. Now I have a story about him.
Yeah, like that really rounded your story because the first time she told me this, it wasn't out yet. Yeah, and I was like. It's crazy you have this gripe with this guy, I was like, I barely really knew him. Like, damn, you really got this gripe against this royal.
I was like sitting at the TV and
like we were watching royals together too.
Nice.
Oh
yeah.
I'm like pause with him, like, see this guy, this character, he's an
asshole. This guy, he's the one.
Yeah,
nice.
I know. So yeah, no, that's a really funny part of the story.